Operating or owning an executive aircraft, which can fly where and when you want to, frequently to and from smaller airfields that are not regularly served by any maintenance facility, poses the challenge of keeping flightability and maintainability updated. Long journeys, overnight stops, and remote airports where maintenance support is not ready to cope with a particular need may render a late takeoff or even cancel a flight. Before scheduling a flight, monitoring maintenance requirements is the best solution to avoid surprises. This video will get you, pilot or owner, an extended view of some procedures that must be timely carried out to suit maintenance requirements. The procedures contained in this video should be used as a means of demonstrating how to properly accomplish the job. Remember that only qualified personnel are authorized to carry out maintenance procedures, as stated in regulations. Be sure to comply with your local regulatory authority. Electrical power supply connection. Turn the GPU on. Adjust the GPU output voltage to 28 volts. Turn off the GPU. Open the airplane power supply receptacle door. Connect the GPU cable to the airplane power supply receptacle. Turn on the GPU. Turn on the batteries. The avail indication on the GPU button comes on if the GPU voltage is between 25 volts and 29 volts. The advisory message GPU connected is also displayed. Press the GPU button. The avail indication goes off and the in-use indication comes on. Electrical power supply disconnection. Press the GPU button. The in-use indication goes off and the avail indication comes on. Turn off the batteries. Turn off the GPU. The avail indication goes off. Disconnect the GPU cable from the airplane power supply receptacle. Close the airplane power supply receptacle door. Engine oil servicing. The engine oil is checked as necessary. To check the level, open the proper access cover and check the side glass. Check the indication between minimum and maximum marks and refer to the table. To add oil, remove the filler cap. Add the necessary quantity of the approved oil. Install the filler cap. Make sure the cap is correctly installed and locked securely. Hydraulic servicing. With at least one engine operating, check if the hydraulic system pressure is between 2800 psi and 3100 psi on the MFD synoptic page. Shut down the engine and monitor the hydraulic system pressure gradually falls, less than 100 psi per second. When the hydraulic system pressure starts falling abruptly, almost 1000 psi per second, the value displayed at the moment the pressure started to abruptly fall is the accumulator precharge pressure. If the hydraulic system pressure was above 1200 psi when the pressure started to fall abruptly, the accumulator precharge pressure is within the specified limits. If the hydraulic system pressure was below 12,000 psi when the pressure started to fall abruptly, the nitrogen servicing is necessary. Contact maintenance personnel for servicing. Cycle the emergency parking brake handle until the message "Emergency Brake Low Pressure" is displayed in order to depressurize the emergency parking brake accumulator. Open the hydraulic system fluid level indicator access door. Check the fluid level indicator. Make sure the blue diaphragm of the fluid indicator is within the green mark. If the blue diaphragm is outside the green mark, contact maintenance personnel for hydraulic fluid servicing. Close the hydraulic system fluid level indicator access door. Hydraulic system depressurization. Open the circuit breaker's Start Contactor 1-2 auxiliary control and put a circuit breaker ring and tag on each one of them. Make sure the hydraulic pressure is lower than 100 psi on the MFD. Cycle the emergency parking brake handle until the message "Emergency Brake Low Pressure" is displayed in order to depressurize the emergency parking brake accumulator. Hydraulic fluid servicing. Remove the filler cap. Install the auxiliary hose of the hydraulic reservoir servicing unit to the fill port. Operate the hand pump with an approved hydraulic fluid until the reservoir level indicator shows full. Remove the auxiliary hose from the fill port. Install the cap on the fill port. Close the access door. Hydraulic accumulator servicing. Remove the cap from the refill valve. Install a high-pressure servicing regulator on the nitrogen cylinder. Connect the hose to the refill valve. Open the cylinder valve and, with the pressure regulator valve, adjust the pressure as given in the chart. Stop the nitrogen supply when you get the pressure shown in the pressure gauge. Close the cylinder valve. Wait 10 minutes and check the nitrogen pressure on the pressure gauge. Make sure the pressure is as given in the chart. Close the refill valve. Do an inspection of the refill valve for leakage. Install the cap. Close the access door. Tires. Check the tires daily or before the first flight of the day with the tires at ambient temperature. Remove the valve cap and connect the pressure gauge. Inflate the tires with nitrogen or deflate if necessary to keep it within specified limits. Disconnect the pressure gauge. Check for leaks and reinstall the valve cap. Towing with Towbar. Make sure all ground equipment is removed from areas adjacent to the airplane and all external services are disconnected. Disconnect the nose landing gear torque link. Connect the tow bar on the nose landing gear. Connect the tow bar to the tractor. Remove the wheel chocks from all tires. Release the emergency parking brake handle. Tow the airplane slowly straight ahead before turning. Complete the airplane towing in a straight line for a minimum of 3 meters, 10 feet. Set the emergency parking brake and remove the tow bar. Connect the nose landing gear torque link. Seat belts, wheel chocks, as required. Parking. Emergency parking brake. Set. Flaps. Up. Gust lock pin. Install. Doors. Close. Landing gear safety pins. As required. Wheel chock. Install. Covers. Install. Mooring. As required. Mooring. Mooring is necessary when the weather conditions are bad or unknown. The area where the airplane is to be parked in and moored must be paved and level, with ground tie-down anchors available. Hold the airplane in the parking area with nylon ropes. Attach the rope to the mooring attachment point and attach the anchor with a bowline knot. Pressure refueling. Make all grounding connections between the fuel source, the airplane, and the fuel nozzle. Energize the airplane with an external DC power supply or set the power selection switch on the refuel control panel to battery position. Make sure the refuel switch is in the closed position and the left-right tank lights are on. Actuate the lamp test switch and check all lights are on. Actuate the increase-decrease switch to select the desired fuel quantity. If the quantity is not selected, the refuel will stop at the maximum capacity of the tank or when the operator closes manually the refuel valve. Remove the pressure refueling adapter cap. Connect the fuel nozzle to the pressure refueling adapter. Open the valve handle on the fuel nozzle. Pressurize the fuel system from 10 to 50 psig. Make sure that the left tank and the right tank indicator lights are on and there is no fuel flow. Make sure the fail indicator light is off. If the fail indicator light is on, stop the refueling procedure immediately. Set the refuel switch to the open position and make sure the left tank and right tank indicator lights go off. Actuate and hold the shut-off test switch up and observe the left tank and right tank lights on and the fail light off. When fuel in the tank reaches the desired quantity, set the refuel switch to closed and check the left-hand tank and right-hand tank lights come on and the fuel flow stops. If fuel overflows, stop refueling. Close the valve handle on the fuel nozzle and disconnect the fuel nozzle. Remove the ground cables and de-energize the airplane. Gravity refueling. Make all grounding connections between the fuel source, the airplane, and the fuel nozzle. Open the gravity filler cap and introduce the fueling nozzle into the gravity filler neck. Start the fueling operation and monitor the fuel quantity in the tank by checking the refuel control panel or cockpit indication. After reaching the desired fuel quantity, close the gravity filler cap and remove the grounding cables. Oxygen servicing. Filling operation is carried out as follows. Check the overboard discharge indicator to make sure the oxygen has not been discharged. Open the oxygen compartment door. Remove the protection cap from the fill valve. Connect the pressure oxygen servicing regulator to the oxygen source. Connect the oxygen charge adapter to the oxygen servicing regulator. Connect the oxygen charge adapter to the fill valve and make sure there is no leak. Monitor the pressure gauge of the aircraft and of the high-pressure oxygen servicing regulator. Wait at least 10 minutes to let the temperature of the oxygen cylinder become stable. Close the oxygen servicing regulator shutoff valve. Carefully disconnect and remove the oxygen charge adapter from the fill valve to release the remaining pressure in the hose. Reinstall the fill valve protection cap. Close the oxygen compartment door. Waste tank cleaning. Open the access door. Remove the rinse nipple cap from the RTS rinse valve. Release the handle of the RTS service panel drain valve cap and open it. Connect the lavatory dumping coupling of the lavatory servicing cart to the RTS servicing panel drain valve. Connect the lavatory filling coupling of the RTS rinse valve and push the lever of the RTS service panel drain valve to open its internal flapper valve. Pull the T-handle out and turn it to lock the RTS waste drain valve in the open position. Continue the waste tank drainage until the waste flow stops. Flush the waste tank with water through the RTS rinse valve for about 3 minutes. Unlock and push the T-handle in after all liquid is drained. Disconnect the lavatory dumping coupling from the RTS servicing panel drain valve. Disconnect the lavatory filling coupling from the RTS rinse valve. Close the cap of the RTS service panel drain valve and latch the lever. The flapper valve closes automatically when the cap is closed. Install the rinse nipple cap on the RTS rinse valve. Close the access door. It will close only if the RTS waste drain valve is correctly closed. Waste tank pre-charging. Open the access panel. Remove the rinse nipple cap from the RTS rinse valve. Connect the lavatory filling coupling to the RTS rinse valve and fill the waste system with the solution prepared in the lavatory servicing cart. After filling the waste tank with the solution, disconnect the lavatory filling coupling from the RTS rinse valve. Install the rinse nipple cap on the RTS rinse valve. Close the access panel. CMC data download. Phenom 300 equipped with G3000. Turn the fuel pump switches 1 and 2 to off. Open the MFD power circuit breakers 1 and 2 on the left-hand and right-hand circuit breaker panels. Install the SD card in the upper slot. Close the MFD circuit breakers to start the MFDs. To download the CMC reports, do as follows. On the touchscreen controller, select Aircraft Systems on the home page. Select Maintenance on the Aircraft Systems page. Put the password and push the Enter option to confirm the password. Select CMC Logs on the System Maintenance page. Select CAS CMC option. Select the Date and Time option and select the Save CMC Log File to Card option. Repeat the step above for all the date and time options displayed on the touchscreen controller for the CAS CMC field. Repeat the step above for all the date and time options displayed on the touchscreen controller for the CAS CMC field. Select the option Back on the touchscreen controller until the Maintenance Log Status page is displayed and then select the Engine option. Select the Date and Time option and select the Save CMC Log File to Card option. Repeat the step above for all the date and time options displayed on the touchscreen controller for the Engines option. Select the Home option. Open the MFD power circuit breakers 1 and 2 on the left-hand and right-hand circuit breaker panels. Remove the SD card. Close the MFD circuit breakers to start the MFDs. CMC data download. Phenom 300 equipped with G1000. If required, delete it before doing the download. Check the avionics software installed. On the MFD, turn the outer knob of the dual FMS knob to select the auxiliary page group. Turn the inner knob of the dual FMS knob to select the System Status page and get access to the airframe field. On the airframe field, do a check of the avionics software part number installed on your aircraft. Turn the fuel pump switches 1 and 2 to off. Open the MFD power circuit breakers 1 and 2 on the left-hand and right-hand circuit breaker panels. Install the SD card in the upper slot. Close the MFD circuit breakers to start the MFDs. Turn the outer knob of the dual FMS knob to select the auxiliary page group. Turn the inner knob of the dual FMS knob to select the OEM diagnostics page. Push the inner knob of the dual FMS knob to get access to the main menu window. Turn the inner knob of the dual FMS knob to access a drop-down list and select the Reports option on the main menu window. Push the Enter key on the MFD to confirm the selection. Turn the outer knob of the dual FMS knob to get access to the Reports window. Turn the inner knob of the dual FMS knob to access a drop-down list and select the Download All option. Push the Enter key to confirm the selection. When the file saved, SD card may be removed now message is displayed. Open the MFD power circuit breakers 1 and 2 on the left-hand and right-hand circuit breaker panels. Remove the SD card. Close the MFD circuit breakers to start the MFDs.